Hey guys, it's Miss Stevens. Today we're going to read another story from our reader Grace. The name of today's story is called Dark Clouds and Wind. Today you will read the story Dark Clouds and Wind and then answer some questions. Today's story is about what the Spencers do when they see dark clouds off to the west. So, we're going to review some spellings and sounds, or sounds and the way to spell those sounds, and then we're going to review some vocabulary words. So let's get started. The first sound is the S sound, spelled C. I'm going to show you the words. I want you to try to read them, and then I will read them. Spencers. Glances. Face. Place. The next sound is the S sound, spelled C-E. Chance. The next sound is the S sound, spelled S-E. House. Very good. Then we have some double spellings. So the double spellings are two letters that are the same letter. So two letters that are the same letter. That means double spellings, such as this word. Jill. Very good. We learned these this year. So it's the same letter twice. Double letter. Matter. Very good. Stuff. Shutters. Pepper. And then we have some two-syllable words, such as morning and finish. That brings us into our vocabulary for today. The first word is basement. Basement is a part of a house or building that is below ground level. My family stores lots of boxes in the basement. So it's usually an area below your house. In South Louisiana, we don't have basements. Shutters is the next vocabulary word. Shutters are outside covers for a window that open and close like a door. For example, Dad closed the shutters when it was windy outside. So here are the shutters right here. Here are the shutters, and this is what you can open and close to protect your window. So they protect the window. The next word is darts. Darts means to run or move quickly or suddenly. The football player darts down the field to catch the ball. All right, so now that we've done our vocabulary, we can get to our reading. We are reading from our reader Grace once again, and we're going to first look at the table of contents. Today our story is called Dark Clouds and Wind, and that is found on page 30. So in your reader, you would turn to page 30. All right, so our purpose for reading today is to find out where the Spencers go when they see a storm brewing. So when they see a storm beginning or starting to form, where do they go? So listen to find out. Title of today's story is Dark Clouds and Wind. Read along with me if you can. The next morning, when the Spencers wake up, the sun is out. Larks sing in the treetops. Larks. Larks sing in the treetops. Does anyone know what a lark is? If you said it was a bird, kiss your brain. So a lark is a type of bird. Socks and pants hang on the line. Here's their socks and pants hanging on their clothesline over here. People do that to dry their clothes after they come out the washing machine. It seems like the perfect chance to have a picnic. So they're out here having a picnic again. The Spencers sit down next to the house and munch on their lunch. As they finish up, Mr. Spencer glances up and sees dark clouds off to the west. So, here's our purpose for reading. He sees the dark clouds. Now, what do you think they are going to do? Go ahead and tell someone at home your prediction. What do you think the Spencers are going to do when they see dark clouds off to the west? Those are all really good predictions. I heard some people say maybe they will go inside. The smile on his face fades, so that means it goes away. He's not smiling anymore. What's the matter? Jill asks. So, what do you think is wrong with Mr. Spencer? Right, he notices a storm is coming. Let's continue reading. It looks like there's a storm off to the west, says Mr. Spencer. The clouds get darker and the wind picks up. So, raise your hand if you've ever been outside and you've seen some dark clouds and it gets very windy. What does that usually mean? Right, it means a storm is coming. I don't like the look of it, Mr. Spencer says to his wife. Let's pack up and take the children down into the storm shelter just to be safe. So, they're going down into their storm shelter. The Spencers pick up their picnic things. They stuff the food in the picnic basket. Grace grabs the cups and napkins. They take the basket down into the storm shelter. So here the Spencers are right here, and they're going down into their storm shelter. What's another word for storm shelter? We said it's located underneath your house. It was one of our vocabulary words. If you said basement, kiss your brain. The storm shelter is like a basement. It is a safe place where the Spencers can take shelter in a storm. Once they are down in the shelter, Mr. Spencer starts to lock up the shutters. So there's that word shutters. Those are the things that protect the windows. No, Grace shouts. Not yet. Pepper's still out there. Do you remember who Pepper is? Who is Pepper in the story? Right, Pepper is their dog. Mr. Spencer darts out of the shelter to get the dog. Soon he is back. He is dripping wet, but he has Pepper in his arms. All right, so we're going to answer some questions about the story, but first, I want to talk about the characters in the story today. Who are the characters in the story today? Go ahead and tell someone at home all the characters that you see. Good job. The characters are Grace, Jill, Mrs. Spencer, Mr. Spencer, and the dog Pepper. Nice job. Okay, so now we're going to review some questions, and you can actually use your text to answer the questions. So, what were the Spencers doing in the beginning of the story? Tell someone at home what the Spencers were doing. Right, they were having a picnic. They're having a picnic outside. And what does Mr. Spencer notice? If you said dark clouds, kiss your brain. It says here that Mr. Spencer glances up and sees dark clouds. Where do the Spencers go to be safe from the storm? Right. If you said storm shelter or basement, kiss your brain. They go down to their storm shelter or their basement in order to stay safe from the storm. Now, who did they forget outside that Mr. Spencer has to go back for? If you said Pepper, kiss your brain. They forgot Pepper outside, so Mr. Spencer goes back for Pepper. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed our story today. We'll be reading again tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow.